Alright. I think that's working. Okay, so hello. Let's turn that down a bit. I am Master. I have signed up for the Sandbox Doubles League. So it's essentially like Little Cup Pokemon all at level 50, and it's a doubles draft league, and I've signed up for it. I don't know why I've signed up for it, but I've signed up for it. So here we are. My team name is the Greninja Warriors. It seems pretty neat, I guess, so we're gonna rock with it. So we're just gonna run through our draft, what we drafted, why we drafted it, the nicknames after close friends of mine, I'll say at least. And most of them will have Lil in front of it because, you know, they're babbies. Okay, so we're gonna start things off. We're pick 4 overall in the draft, which is not bad. It means our dreams of getting Tangela or Grookey basically just fucked off entirely, but that's fine. We picked Growlithe first. Growlithe's good because Growlithe has like Intimidate. Intimidate's just really good. I got Justified as well. I didn't even consider any beat up stuff with it, so I guess if we find a cheapy beat up mon, we could do that. And Flash Fire's like okay as well, but mostly Intimidate is really, really good here. We have a lot of like pretty decent coverage moves wise, like there's Close Combat, there's Crunch, there's Flamethrower, Heat Wave. A lot of the stuff that Arcanine can tend to get as well. So there's probably like Snarl down here. Yeah, Snarl's down there. So it's basically like little Arcanine. We're not going to run over the stats because they're babies, so most of the stats are going to be like really bad. Unless there's something like exceptional, like I'll throw it out there. But like, yeah, otherwise it's, yeah, fucking, you know, it's not amazing. They're babbies. And they're at level 5 because on Showdown it was just easy to dump everything in like a little cup thing. And then go from there. So, second pick, I'm actually pretty surprised we got this pick. We picked up another Intimidator. We got Little Cats the Scraggy. He's a Dark Fighting type. He has like pretty good stats all around. Fighting types are really nice. Good fighting types are noticeably way better than bad fighting types. Scraggy's a good fighting type, but it loses to bad fighting types because it's part Dark. But Intimidate helps mitigate that a bit. It's got good setup stuff, like it's got Dragon Dance. And it's got like coaching and bulk up and stuff. It's got fake out, so I think it's the only fake out mon we actually picked up, which is not fucking ideal. Because fake out in doubles is like really good. A lot of the cheap fake out mons I wanted to get got picked up surprisingly early and like alarmingly early. So yeah. Not all these moves are legal, obviously, because it's going to be played in Series 10, which basically means like it's VGC, like no Dynamax rules. So I think it doesn't get access to Knockoff, which sucks because Knockoff is like would be really, really nice. But like it's fine. Like Scraggy will do what it needs to do. Little cats will carve up. It's also got Shedskin, Moxie. I probably won't run those too much. Depends on team matchup, of course. But yeah, Intimidate will probably be like the good thing we want to run. Third pick we picked up Solosis, little Isaac. Overcoat being immune to powders and stuff is always nice, because like Sleep Powder Bulbasaur, Sleep Powder Oddish and stuff like that, Rage Powder Tangela, like all that stuff will exist, and Overcoat allows us to bypass that completely, which is really nice. Also immunity to Hail, because there's a lot of Hail setters in Little Cup, there's like 3 I think. You've got Snova, Amora, and Alolan Ninetales, so, and all 3 of them I'm pretty sure got picked up, because I think 3 people have like Hail cores. So that's nice for that, but Magic Guard's also nice for that. Magic Guard just also means we can slap a Life Orb on it and we won't take any direct damage if we don't need, like, Overcoat. And Regen's also nice, not as nice as the other 2, but, you know, still good enough. This thing has an exceptional stat. Base 105 special attack, it's one of the highest in the tier, and it's pretty slow, but a lot of our team you'll find is fairly slow, so we do have a lot of options for Trick Room, so splashing options like that on the team won't be too hard, thankfully. And this thing gets surprisingly good moves. It gets Acid Armor, Calm Mind if we want to do like mono attacking with like, I think it gets like Stored Power as well. Yeah, right there. So like that's pretty nice with like Recover and like Magic Guard. Like that seems good. That's just an example. I didn't even know it got like Encore. So Encore could always be nice as well. Just to like lock something into a move for a couple of turns. Yeah, just little tech like that. It could be stuff that we experiment and play with a bit. And it gets Thunder, so that's really weird. But on to the next one, we picked up Mantike. Mantike has exceptional special defense and very lackluster everything else. But it's also a Pokemon that gets Icy Wind and Tailwind, so it gives us more speed control options. Being water flying is pretty nice. There's some good electric types, but there's also a lot of really shit electric types at the same time. So, you know, no, it's fine. Like, it'll do. Gets Helping Hand. It gets one of a few Wide Guarders in the tier as well, which could be nice in case if there's like people want to spam like Discharge, Earthquake, Rock Slide, like moves like that. They'll still exist in this tier, even though they're not like if you don't have the best abusers, like they'll still exist. Like stuff like Anorith will still probably run like Rock Slide because you know it's got like a big attack stat, big speed stat, and stat Rock Slide. So like it's something pretty threatening. So Wide Guard can sort of mitigate that, and with no maxing, if it's the only rock coverage, well, Mantike kind of just sits there and just clicks Wide Guard for a while, I guess. So that's Little Burb because it's our only flying type. So spoiler, we don't have any more flying types coming, but yeah, you know, little budgie, that's cool. Next we grab the only Follow Me user that's legal, Big Hobbs the Togepi. This thing going like round 5 seems like really odd, but it's fine. We're probably running like Super Luck most weeks, because there's not too much we can abuse Serene Grace for, because it's not like Togekiss, it doesn't have like the Air Slash or anything like that. But we do have stuff like, I don't think Body Slam is legal, because that's a tutor, that's like a thing I move, but like, it'll mostly be used for this move here, Follow Me. So, Follow Me, if you don't know, good doubles move, it redirects all damage and forces it into Togepi. Togepi having pretty good defenses and decent HP allows it to act as a sponge to protect our other attackers, whether it's they're looking to get a Trick Room, or if they're looking to like set up, or if we need a safe switch into something, like a switch and Follow Me to make sure like they don't cover the switch or anything like that. Little things like that, you know, always nice. I don't know how much, yeah, like, that's kind of Togepi, you know, not bad. So that's gonna be, like, it'll be our big supporter, and it'll be throwing off, like, little stuff like Dazzling Leaves, maybe, like, Draining Kiss if we need, like, a single target. Fairy Move, because this thing doesn't learn, unless we're on, like, Hustle, Play Rough and actually be ballers, but that sounds terrible. So we're probably not gonna do that. So that's Togepi. Yeah. Oh, I should probably go off what price everything was as well. So there were tier 0s that were like, you could grab them but only in your free. So you had to draft a 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and then 4 free. So Growlithe was tier 1, Scraggy was tier 1, Solosis was tier 2, Mantike was tier 2 as well. Big Holes was tier 1, so for the rest of our free picks, we can only grab the 3 and 4. So everything else from here on out will be considered a tier 3 or tier 4 Pokemon in regards to draft. But it's probably fine, because we're going to move into Little Laddie, the Galarian Yamask. We got some Wandering Spirit stuff. It's a ground type, so, you know, pretty decent in tandem with Mantike in that regard. This thing, it's another Trick Room setup, so we were looking for one of them. A Trick Room setup needs a Fake Out's also nice as well, because there's a lot of Fake Out stuff that's going around. Wandering Spirit, pretty cool ability. Yeah, that's it. It's also got the beloved Destiny Bond Trick Room combination, which is stuff like on the last turn of Trick Room, you go for Destiny Bond, and then they either do a 1-for-1 trade, or you get Trick Room off for another 5 turns following that. So stuff like that's pretty cool. Only downside for this mon is its only physical ground move is Earthquake. That's not ideal. Because, you know, like, that's a spread move. A lot of our draft isn't great at dealing with that, so it means if we wanted to click Earthquake for a turn, we'd have to protect, and, like, then it becomes, like, a play of, like, if they protect to, like, for Earthquake stuff, you know, it's just something we'll cross when we get to it. So now we have Little Kendrick, we have the Bagon. Bagon was tier 4. Bagon's actually not bad. Like, Bagon gets Drag again, so it's a good, like, setup mon. A little slow, but, like, with a boost or two, if it can get up, like, you could really start hurting. I'm pretty sure this thing gets, like, Rock Slide. Yeah, so there's Rock Slide, Dragon Claw, some pretty good physical moves just out there to abuse. Dragon Dance Roof. It also gets Sheer Force, so we've got to run, like, Sheer Force, like, even, like, mixed stuff. So, like, Sheer Force Fire Blast will still hit kind of hard. Sheer Force, even, like, physical stuff like Sheer Force and Headbutt. Not Sheer Force Rock Slide, because we like the flinch chance on that. Just little stuff like that. Even like Sheer Force Rock Tomb, for a single target rock move, it'll still hit hard, and you might not necessarily need the speed drop, so you'll take the extra power. So, little stuff like that. I think it's a pretty valuable tier 4 Pokemon, because that's why we got it. And then I think the next two are back to tier 3. We got Little Bucko, the Cufin. Cufin is another Sheer Force Pokemon. Heavy Metal as well, because Cufin's a little fatty. This thing has a surprisingly good move pool. Like, actually, like, pretty damn fucking good move pool. So, it's got, like, your Body Press and, like, your Iron Defense, so there's already stuff there you could go for it. Got your Sheer Force Iron Head, Sheer Force Play Rough. Curse for setup, stuff like Rock Blast. We've got rocks, so if we need rocks, you know, it's there. Yeah, a lot of really good coverage on this Pokemon, so pretty valuable pickup. Steel type's always nice as well. Bulk may not be the most amazing thing, but we can sort of we can play around that. So it's something we can sort of adapt to as we get to it. Next pick, we wanted something to deal with fighting types probably a little better, and what little better than a quad resist in the form of Skorupi. Skorupi also has battle armor. Battle armor means we basically, you know, no crits, so that's really nice, because critting is always detrimental, especially when you're spamming the move Acupressure, which basically means either you or your ally gets a random +2 in a stat. So, you know, that's pretty neat. So if Skorupi's about to die, you could just kind of like, if you don't really need to do too much, you could just Acupressure, like, your ally. And if they're in a good position, you can get them into an even better position. So, you know, pretty neat options and stuff. This one does get knockoff, so happy about that. So we got knockoff. This thing also gets taunt as well, so that's not bad. Gets whirlwind as well for any sort of phasing. You know, pretty neat bag of tricks there. Good defense step as well. Base 90 is good. HP and special defense a bit weak, but it's very manageable. We could also go on the offensive with more of a sniper build for any critting stuff. I don't know if it gets, like, cross-poison or anything like that, so, or, like, in Sword Shield, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it as well. So, we've only got 2 Pokemon left, after this. We have Little Ao, the Azurill. This is a tier 4. A lot of tier 4 was sort of like, but I told people I would have a gag pick, and this was my gag pick, but I reckon this thing could do a lot of work. Its base stats looking a bit average, but, its abilities in the form of Thick Fat, Huge Power, and Sap Zipper are all like really nice. And I've been told that we can have some fun with Yamas Galarian form with Little Azurill. So that's something we can do. This thing actually gets Belly Drum. I didn't even know it got Belly Drum. So this could be a Belly Drum sleeper as well. So there's some cool stuff there. Even like it's got Parasong too. Like that's kind of neat. So a lot of cool little options here with Azurill. So Icy Wind, Wowie. Okay, so stats maybe not amazing in a vacuum, but I think this thing's still probably like a lot better than a lot of other things. If Double Edge is legal, if we get Huge Power Stab Double Edge with like a Choice Band, that's still gonna do a lot of damage because not everything has like super stellar defenses, and there's 5 Intimidators in the draft, and we've got 2 of them. So, one of them being Shinx, and Shinx sucks. One of them being Sandile, Sandile's pretty average, and the other being Litten, and Litten's amazing. So, yeah. So Azurill will be good. I reckon Azurill will probably put into work this season. I'm hoping to bring it more than just once, but it's definitely got options for sure. Having the Ghost immunity as well is also pretty cool, and Fairy's the only type I think we double stacked on. Because the last thing we picked was a pure Ice type, and that's Snorunt. This thing was tier 4, and I want it for one reason, and that's Moody. Moody is just a stupid ability. After every turn, you get one stat to go to +2 and the other go to -1. You've seen Smeargle do it. We love seeing Smeargle do it. This thing, for as cheap as it was, base 50 round the board for stats, so I'm gonna say that's probably like below average for everything, but like it's not like super bad. You get some pretty cool stuff. We've got like you got like Ice Shard for your priority. You got a bunch of decent physical moves. So you got Icicle Crash, you got Crunch and stuff. You got Ice Beam for the special side, Shadow Ball on the special side, Switcheroo for any sort of like steely item stuff, and obviously you're gonna run like Protect and stuff as well for your to get your Moody boost, because this Pokemon is Moody. Lockule is a Moody. Little Lockule is a little Moody. Oh, we didn't go with the nicknames for the last 2. Little Very the Skorupi, Little Ao the Azurill. I think we might have. Well, that's covering bases. So draft finished like a little bit ago, and that's our team. I'm not going to do thumbnails and stuff. For games, I'm gonna try and stream them and then upload the VODs to YouTube. But we'll see how that happens because I'm gonna be overseas for like 3 weeks, like right as it started. Whoops, my bad. But I'm gonna commit. You know, like scheduling 1 game a week shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, like worst case scenario, we'll get out the phone and we'll just do some shitty recording. That might happen maybe once, but should be fun. Should be fun. Should be a fun season. It'll be good to play for a bunch of Little Cup Pokemon, and start tier building and stuff. So, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I'll hopefully see you at week 1. And looking forward to the season. It's something fun. It's something different. It's something not Pokemon Unite. So it's good to sort of like flesh out a bit.